Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made the world's best honey baked ham. Okay, first off, we're starting off with a little small ham. It's just me this holiday season, so I don't need a huge ham, but this recipe can work for whatever size ham you got, right? Starting out with our ingredients, we have the ham, of course. We have our light brown sugar right here. I have pineapple chunks. Normally you would want to go ahead and use pineapple slices, but they were out at the store, so I have to work with what I got. We're going in with our country crock butter. We have our apple cider vinegar. This is going to help to balance out our ham taste. We have our yellow mustard. You can use brown mustard, you can use Dijon, but I find classic is the best one. This is going to help make a ham base. Now we're going in with our honey. I'm using organic raw honey. Our spices, we have our cinnamon, of course. We have our ground cloves. And for our last spice, we have our ground black pepper. And as far as tools go, we have our glaze brush. This is going to help us get our glaze on our ham. We actually have the pan for our ham. Since mine is small, I just went ahead and got a 8-inch square baking pan. And then lastly, we got our toothpicks. This is what's going to help us stick our pineapples onto the ham. Now, normally I would have added some cherries too, but this holiday season has been crazy. There were no cherries available, so we're going to skip that. First step, we're going to coat our ham in our yellow mustard. Okay, you need a heavy coating of yellow mustard. Now, I know some people are just like, what? She put mustard on her ham? Oh my God, that's so weird. No, boo. Trust me, you cannot skip this step. This is going to make your ham taste amazing. This is what's going to help all of your spices, all of your brown sugar, and the honey. It's going to make everything stick to the ham, okay? Now, the ham I got is pre-sliced already, but that's fine. That just means it's less work for me at the end. Make sure your ham was fully coated in mustard. As you can see, I did miss a little spot over there on the side, but it's all right because I'm going to get to it later. Going in with our first spice, we are using some ginger. This is ground ginger. I forgot to put this in the beginning of the video. Don't at me, y'all. Don't come for me in the comments. Go ahead and coat your ham in the ground ginger. You're going to be putting, I would say, I don't know. Just coat it really well. Like I said, I'm not one to use measurements. I kind of just go ahead and do it, and I go off of what it smells like. Okay, if you feel like you put too much ginger, you didn't. Trust me, you did not. All right. For our next spice, we are going in with the ground cloves, and you're adding the same amount of cloves as you did the ginger. You're going to coat the entire ham, so you need a nice helping of this spice. And I like to go ahead and pat the ham, pat all the spices on the ham. I don't know why. I just feel like it just makes everything stick better. It's nice and compacted, and I know when everything gets all hot, it's going to drip inside those little crevices of the ham. For our next spice, we're going to be going in with that ground cinnamon. Honestly, you're just going to be putting the same amount of spice as all of the rest. Granted, it is a little bit harder to work with cinnamon because it's a fine loose powder and they have a mind of its own. They all just gonna jump out the pack. But make sure you're controlling your hand. I don't like cinnamon, so I try to be easy on the cinnamon. But if you're a cinnamon person, go ahead and pack that thing on heavy and then go ahead and pat it in on the entire ham. And don't forget the front part of the ham either. Don't just be getting the skin. No, you got to get the other side too. This whole thing got to be coated, baby. Now for the next spice, we're going to be going in with our ground black pepper. Now this one you can be a little bit light on because you don't want a super peppery ham. Like, I've never even heard of that before. So just be careful on how much pepper you're putting on your ham. You do want it to be coated, but you don't want to overdo it. So, you know, just use discretion when you're doing that. And then go ahead and pat in all of your spices. I mean, I guess you could have patted it all the way at the end, but I just like to do it each time. Next, you're going to be adding your brown sugar to the mix. I'm adding a heavy helping of the brown sugar. I think I might have used maybe about half a cup. And the purpose of putting your brown sugar is because you're going to be making a nice crust, right? When you're done, everything is going to have that nice little brown color to it. And I'm really just rubbing in that sugar because I want everything to be, you know, all together. Again, you want to make sure you're coating the entire ham, not just the top, not just the sides, but you want to do that front part as well. It did get a little bit messy, so I started to just put a little bit in my hand and go ahead and add that crust. I wanted to show you guys what your ham should look like by the end of everything. Like, look how beautiful that ham looks already. And we haven't even, it's not even done yet. And it already looks freaking delicious, right? So now the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding our apple cider vinegar. We're not adding a whole lot. You're only adding a couple of splashes. This will help to balance out the taste of your ham so it's not super duper sweet. Oh my god, my ham is so gorgeous, you guys. Like, it's so beautiful. Like I said, I am adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You want to go ahead and make sure you shake up all of those particles so everything is dissolved properly. You don't want anything sitting at the bottom, anything floating around, nothing like that. Add a couple of splashes and you should be good. Next, we're going to be adding some of our pineapple chunks. Like I said earlier, I would have used pineapple slices, but the stores are completely out, so I had to work with what I got. Now, if you wanted to add cherries to this, you could do that as well, but I couldn't get any of the cherries either. But I tried my best to make sure everything was aesthetically pleasing. So now that I have all of my pineapples placed on my ham, I'm actually going to go ahead and start to do the actual base. For the base, you are going to need some light brown sugar. You're going to need that butter again. You're going to need some of that honey, and you're going to use the rest of the pineapple juice that you have in the can because we did not use the whole thing. The first step in making our honey baked glaze is you're going to add 2 scoops of butter and you're going to go ahead and melt that down however you want to do it. Microwave, stove, oven, completely up to you. I use the microwave because it's a little bit faster. And once I have that all melted down, I'm going to go ahead and add my brown sugar. Now, I probably used about a half a cup of brown sugar. Nah, that seems like a little bit much. Probably 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And then I went ahead and mixed everything together just to make sure that that brown sugar was completely melted down. Now that I have that brown sugar melted down, I am adding a little bit of the pineapple juice, just so I can give it that pineapple-y taste. And you're just gonna make sure everything is mixed really well together before you add our last ingredient of the base, which is that raw honey. Now, it is really hard to measure how much honey I put in this recipe, so I'm gonna guesstimate here and say I did about 2 full tablespoons of honey. And again, you always want to make sure that you're testing your food. So after I mixed everything together, I did taste it. I found out that I wanted a little bit more of that honey taste. I'm sorry, I wanted more of that pineapple taste. So I did add more of that pineapple juice into the mix. Now that everything is mixed together, I am going to go ahead and pour my base all over my ham. The purpose of adding this base is to, one, give the ham more flavor so everything can seep into those crevices and it can reach the middle of that ham. But also, we don't want our ham to get dry or to burn. This is what my ham looks like. This is all of my base mixed together along with that apple cider vinegar juice. I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 35 minutes on 350 Fahrenheit. Now, periodically, I will be taking the ham out to base it like I'm doing right now because, again, we do not want our ham to be dry. Now, after basting my ham 2 times, this is the final product. This is when it's all done and cooked. Everything on the inside is done. This ham looks absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. Oh my God, you guys need to be at my house right now because my house is smelling so bomb right now. So this is my video. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think about it. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and check out my yams video, my greens video, and my southern mac and cheese video as well. I'll see you guys in my next video.